Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans by fans, with your hosts, Jesse Martin.
The Cowboys are finished, you understand me?
John Taman.
Pull down my trousers and do your job.
Scott Hartley.
That was dreadful.
And occasionally, Keith Gregg.
So many social engagements, so little time.
And now, your host, John Taman.
I swear to God, there's that echo again. I don't know what to do about it. Hey, everybody, it's Saturday afternoon, so welcome to our NFL Pick Show. This is the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, along with our friend Scott from the 1 Point Safety Show and co-host of the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. Say hello to my friend over there, Jesse Martin. How you doing?
Good. Doing great. Grand. Wonderful. Fan-fucking-tastic.
That was a convoluted goddamn introduction. That's what that was. In case you haven't noticed, if you're watching yesterday, I'm getting over a cold, and I started coughing, and I can't stop, so I started coughing right before the fucking video ended, and I'm like, well, shit. This entire afternoon has gone right to hell. Scott, save me.
You are absolutely fine. Let's go through last week's picks, shall we? We'll have a look at the Big in Boss book.
Do that.
We'll take it from there. No problem. So the scores on the doors this week were Jesse Martin, 6 out of 13. A lot of the favourites lost again this week, which did us quite heavily. John, you got 5 out of 13. And oddly enough, I don't know how I've done it. I do know how I've done it. I predicted Seattle to beat Washington, and I came out with 7 out of 13. So wins on the week then so far for the whole of the season. Jesse is out in the lead with a commanding lead of 6 wins. John is on 2. I am also on 2 for the week. And if we look at the betting, Jesse, $200 laying the points -3 on Detroit was an exact. So it finished 38.41. So your $200 was returned to you. $50 on the over for LA versus Detroit came in, and 79 points scored there. 100 on laying the points -17, New York and Dallas. What a bet that was. That gave you 195.24. 50 on the under for the Jets didn't come in. 200 laying the points on the Bills didn't come in. Big loss. I think we all backed the Bills quite heavily this week. Washington to cover came in. Good bet that again. Over Washington, Seattle. You bet on that. That also came in. 50 on the under was Indianapolis, which was 16 points. That turned out as a 16-pointer game. So again, 97 from that one. 100 laying the points, 49ers versus Jags. That gave you 186. New Orleans, you bet 50 on that. Laying the points didn't come in. And 100 on the Cleveland versus Baltimore game. On the over, which came out to be 64 points, which was very good. Again, 195. So your total bets this week, Jesse, or last week even, were 1,050 laid down. Your returns were 1,165.96, giving you $115.96 profit. Not a massive profit, but it's still a profit. Profit is a profit, so well done.
Come in handy someday, that 96 cents.
I know, yeah. John, you had some absolute worldies as well. I've got to be honest with you. I read through these bets and thought, my God, John, what were you doing? But you've smashed it a couple of times. Indianapolis laying the points, that came in for you, obviously. 49ers laying the points, that came in for you too. Cleveland taking the points. That was a great shout. That came in. And then we've got loss. What other ones have we got on here? Arizona laying the points with a 2, and it finished as a 2-point win to Arizona. That gave you 95.45. Laying the points, New York and Dallas, as we just spoke about with Jesse, you took that bet too. Denver taking the points +7. That came in for you as well. So your total bets were 950. Unfortunately, it was a little bit of a loss this week. 854.11 was the return. 95.89 was the loss.
Oh, I forgot. I did not take the Vikings, did I? I picked them to just win.
Did.
I took them. Okay.
Got it here. Did. Yes, it was. So if I go back to the actual, predictions, looking at this, John, Minnesota win. Yeah, you picked Minnesota to beat New Orleans. So
yeah. I didn't think I took any money on it.
For myself, 50 on the under. Obviously, came in Indianapolis against New England. Yeah, no, exactly. 50 laying the points. Indianapolis. Andy's got me shook here. 50 on Tampa Bay versus Tennessee on the under again. Baltimore let me down massively. That was 100. Cleveland and
Baltimore let
over.
a lot of people down.
They did indeed.
Not me.
Cincinnati laying the points, didn't get that. Didn't get anything on Green Bay. Went under for New York against Dallas for some bizarre reason. Don't know why I did that.
I don't know
Bills
either.
laying the points. So my total was 900 that I put down this week. My returns were a pitiful $579.41, giving me a loss of $320.59. So I won on the week on the predictions, but my losses on the bets were terrible. So
just pointing out, Scott, when you like right there, okay, like he's looking at the book. Go look at the book. Look at the book.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what it does on your camera is it distorts the back of your head, so it looks like somebody put a ring on it when you were. You ever seen how they used to do with circus freaks when they were a baby? They take the soft spot and they put a ring on it, so the head would grow like this weird ass butternut squash shape to it, And then they
is that why Andy's saying I look like I'm growing a ponytail?
All right. All right. So, I didn't do so well with.
So you won on the.
What?
I don't know.
Jesse's on 6 wins. John, you're on 2, and I'm on 2. So overall for the season, 2-2 for me and you, John. Jesse's miles ahead of us. We need to catch up.
All right. Well, I'm not driving 100 miles.
There's a lot to catch up.
Not driving 100 miles an hour through North Carolina this week, so I should do better. I mean, 65.
Burroughs is saying there, look, what happened? Have I got a hair transplant? Wow. No, I haven't. Not yet, mate. Turkey teeth and a hair transplant and who knows? Maybe other things.
All right. I guess we're going to be on to, what is it? Week 11.
Week
11 already. Week 11 already. And first up on the docket, we got the.
Oh, it doesn't fit.
What?
Yeah, it does.
It looks like it fits pretty damn good to me.
No, I got that. That looks cool. That looks really good.
John's getting all professional on us. I asked John to put up the spread at least, and he goes all out and does all kinds of stuff, which is super cool. We have the not San Diego Chargers, sorry, the LA Chargers. I still haven't gotten used to that.
I still call them St. Louis Cardinals. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are at home. The Chargers are favorites, are road favorites. Some key injuries here. We got Keenan Allen that's questionable. The tight end Everett is out. Jalen Guyton is questionable. Isaiah Spiller is questionable on the Green Bay side. Jair Alexander, a big one, is questionable. Rudy Ford, doubtful. Quay Walker, questionable. And Rashawn Gary is questionable. So it looks like the middle and into that field of that Green Bay Packers is going to be hurting and just waiting for Herbert to kind of go off on him, especially if Jair Alexander is going to be out. And then they got 2 main linebackers going to be out for the Green Bay Packers. The over-under is 43.5. And guys, give me, and this is probably going to shoot me in the ass, but give me the Chargers all day, every day. 200 on it.
It's hard not to pick the Chargers. It really is, man.
Yes, there's injuries, man. I mean, there's injuries, especially if Jair Alexander isn't playing. Justin Herbert's going to have a field day, in my opinion.
He's going to have a field day because I don't think Keenan Allen's having a monster fucking year, like an unbelievably monstrous year. And if he's not going to play or doesn't play too well, I think they have just enough big body guys to step up, man. What's his name? Quentin Johnson, the rookie that really hasn't shined out yet. Their first round pick. Might see a big game out of him because I certainly don't see one coming out of the Packers, man. That's a team in disarray. I think they just can't seem to get it right. How important is the quarterback position? Boy, we heard for a long time out of these Packers fans, get rid of Aaron Rodgers. We'll take Jordan Love. Well, you got Jordan Love now. How you liking it? Probably not too well.
No, not too well.
Not too well at all.
This season, the Chargers, it hasn't really gone like they'd like it to. It's been kind of rough. I think the main problem is their coaching staff. That's why I think Bill Belichick is going to end up in LA next year.
Nice
but
warm.
Yeah, I don't
like here where it's rainy and cold. And
yeah. He needs to be warm. So Scott, what do you got? What are you looking at in this game?
Right, I ain't even picked yet. Sorry.
Sorry, John.
Shit, I thought you did.
No, I didn't. I'm taking the Chargers -3,
Yeah.
and I am putting 200 down on the Chargers -3. All right.
You're going 200 as well, yeah?
200 on that.
Got
I'm
it.
not taking anything else. I don't like that over/under. The Chargers are probably going to win like 42-0.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't even bet on this game. All my bets are already in the docket already. I've got them all written down here, but I am back in LA.
That's what he does when he doesn't go to work.
It's because I had COVID. I just sat there. I was like, what can I do? I had this done by Thursday, John. Don't worry.
That's right.
LA Chargers. Yeah, I'm back in LA Chargers. Justin Herbert will get the job done here. Bringing LA back to 500 and a 5-5 record by the end of it. Packers 3-7 really isn't good enough for a Green Bay Packers side at any stretch of the imagination, but they are stuck with Jordan Love. And honestly, I think Matt LaFleur gets fired as well at the end of the season.
I'd be all right with that, to be quite honest with you. I wouldn't mind Matt LaFleur.
I think he's not for me. I think he's a fraud. I think he's an absolute fraud.
An absolute fraud? That's a pretty heavy word.
Yeah, I do. I don't think he's good enough. I think he's been sheltered by a very good quarterback.
Okay.
And that's
most coaches are just putting it out there.
I know that. I know that, but not
all
for
right.
me.
Next up, we got Tennessee and Jacksonville.
Tennessee.
Jaguars are favored by 7. Tennessee, it's just they're shit. I mean, they're just crap. For over-unders 40.5. Injuries, Treylon Burks, their vaulted number 1 receiver, seems like he rarely gets on the field. The tackle Andre Dillard is out. Sean Murphy-Bunting is out. Daniel Brunskill is out, and Luke Guilford. Over on the other side, Jacksonville Jaguars, Jamal Agnew, Tyson Campbell are both out. Anton Harris is questionable. Zay Jones is questionable. Roy Robertson Harris is questionable, and Parker Washington is also questionable. Are we buying into the Jags, guys? Are they starting to get their stuff together?
One of the hottest teams in the NFL, if not the hottest team in the NFL.
They're the third seed in the AFC, but for me, they're getting my wife watches them every week, so I do get abreast of what's happening. But I just think they're not as good as everyone's making them out. Their record is a little bit
inflated.
Yeah, I do think that so far. I don't think they've played very good teams throughout their schedule, and I think that if you would have said to me they were 5-5, I would have probably said, yeah, I can understand that. But being 6-3, you're going to give them a bit of a head start and a bit of momentum. Trevor Lawrence is having a good season still, but yeah, I'm not sure where I go with this. I've backed Jacksonville for the win, but
that's what I'm doing. I'm not that spread. Maybe if it was 5.5 or 6, then I would probably go with the Jags and put some money on it. But since it's all the way
in division
7,
as well, so you just don't know, do you?
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Jags to win, but I'm just going to stay away from this. That over under. If anything, I'd go with the under, but I'm like I said, I'm not putting any money on it. But Jags will win.
I am taking the Jags, and I'm going to lay that 7 points, and I'm going to put $100 down on it.
Go on, John.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. Will Levis first 2 weeks looked pretty good. Last week he looked like a rookie. He looked like a rookie.
Yeah, he did. You're right. You're right.
Jacksonville, they haven't. You're right. If you said 5-5 and you weren't really paying attention, you'd have thought, yeah, that's about what you'd think from them. But they're not beating the shit out of anybody, but they're beating everybody, and they'll beat this team too. So, I think they're going to beat them rather handily. I could see a 9 to 10 point win here. I'm not touching the over under.
You don't see a Will Levis explosion?
Well, I saw one in the week 1 and I saw one in week 2, and then I watched him get planted like a landmine last week. So, I like Jacksonville's defense. They're pretty doggone good. They'll get after him, and they're at home. So I like them. Yeah, I definitely do. Give me $100 down and put the 7 points down. Give me the Jaguars.
Right on. All right, moving right along here. Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are at home. It's 13.5 point favorites. Big line right here.
Wow, it's gone up a point since yesterday.
I didn't even know Chase Claypool was on the Dolphins.
Yeah, they picked him up in a trade right before the deadline.
Oh,
well, when he was grousing wherever he last was. Was he in Baltimore? I can't even remember where he was.
No, he was in Chicago. He was in Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, he was grousing about it, and they traded him.
The running back A-Chain
A shame.
is, big right there. He's questionable. I know he's been out for the past couple of weeks, but he's coming back. He's a monster, man. If he plays, if you got him on your fantasy teams, put him in your lineup. Give me the Dolphins, lay the points, and put 100 on it for me.
That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
A lot of points, yeah.
But I love the Dolphins offense.
You know what? I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to do $100, put the Dolphins, lay the points, and I'm even going to go one better, and I'm going to put another 50 on the under because the Raiders aren't scoring much. Actually, you know what? Let me switch that. Let me give it to the old magic coin here. Because this quarterback that the Raiders have, he's putting up some okay numbers. So maybe they do go over that point. I'll take the over for $50 according to the magic coin.
Miami and LV over $50, yeah?
Yeah.
And did you say you were laying the points as well, John, for 100?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's what I said.
Got you. No problem, mate. Yeah, for me, this is one of the bets I have got here, and I did the same as you, exactly the same. So 46.5 is way too high for me. So I put 50 on that, and I put 150 on what was 12.5 when I looked at it last. 13.5. That extra points got me a bit more worried, but I still think they're good enough to do that, Miami. I don't rate Vegas at all, especially with this young quarterback who they've got playing instead of Garoppolo. I think they're still going with him. And the new coach hasn't made the difference. It's made no difference whatsoever.
Well, I don't know. That's an interim though. They play their ass off for him and beat the shit out of the Giants, right? So, but that's how the interim goes. A lot of times you get that flare right off, and then they come right back down to earth.
But yeah, I got 200 on this in total. So 50 on the under and laying the points 150. So yeah, it's an easy Miami win, this one.
Nice. All right, moving right along.
Love the suspenseful music as well, John.
No, I found some motivational music. We're going to try that.
Dallas Cowboys and
come on, man. This is easy.
I'm surprised this spread is only 10.5. To be honest with you, going up against the Carolina Panthers and the injury list on the Carolina Panthers. John wrote more guys than it will fit on this board. All right.
Right. I don't have enough room there.
Over on the Dallas side, obviously Leighton Vander Esch is out with a neck injury. Who would have thought?
Leighton Vander
Esch. He's a surprise.
The Cowboys are 10.5-point favorites, 41.5. Give me the Cowboys plus the points, 200 on that.
Yeah.
I agree. I think this is one of those lines that Vegas is keeping a little bit low, and we say Vegas, but no, we all got admonished by some freaking sports writer on X yesterday. Vegas doesn't have anything to do with it. It really comes from Costa Rica. Who the fuck cares? I don't give a shit. All right. Vegas says 10.5 because I think they think everybody's jumping on the Cowboys, and they, sometimes they smell something. But I think what they smell is garbage, and it's Carolina. They're terrible, and they don't have a chance. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cowboys, lay the 10.5 points, put $100 down on that, and I'm going to take the over, and I'm going to put another $100 down on that because the Cowboys are going to win like 47-3. They're going to get way overconfident. We're going to come in here on Thanksgiving and kick that ass.
Let's hope so.
That's it. I'm telling you what, and by the way, I happen to have the inside scoop here. Leighton Vander Esch is not injured. It's just that Jerry Jones decided that before he dies, he wants to try human. So he's having Leighton Vander Esch's neck for fucking Thanksgiving dinner. Like laid out on the table like a big old slab of Bronto ribs from the Flintstones.
Yeah, this is the one of the easiest wins on the schedule this week for Dallas. Unfortunately, we don't want that.
They have so,
anyway. I mean, I'm laying the points the same as you. That 10.5 is ridiculous. I got 150 on this, but I'm not touching the over-under because this could end up with like a 37-3. You know what I mean? Something like ridiculous like that. I don't think the Carolina Panthers are going to do anything. I think Bryce Young is shit as a quarterback. I think they're absolutely kicking themselves that they didn't take CJ Stroud. I think he will be okay, Bryce Young, in the future, but not right now. He looks every which way like a rookie quarterback, and they're going to get absolutely trounced.
Right on.
By the way, you'll notice that in the middle there, I've got NRG Stadium. Well, I forgot to change it on most of them. So a lot of these games are all happening at the same time in the same place, according to the Bleeding Burgundy. That'll make a hell of a TV show.
All right, the Arizona Cardinals travel to Houston to take on the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are favored by 6. The over-under is 48.5. That seems a little bit high. Lots of injuries on this for both sides. Damian Pierce is out. Will Anderson is questionable. Henry T.O. is out with a tweak. Jimmy Ward is out. Jake Hansen is out. A lot of people are out for the Texans, but so are the Cardinals are banged up as well too. Jonathan Ledbetter, Amari DeMarcado is out with a toe injury. Look, the Munchkin is back. He played well last week. I think this is going to be a little bit closer of a game. I'm still not willing to take the Arizona Cardinals. I think this is going to be higher scoring, so I kind of understand the over, the 48. Give me the Texans. I'll lay the points, and I'll put 50 on it. I'm not very confident because I did like what we saw from the little mouse last week. So maybe they gave the Arizona Cardinals a shot in the arm. But I'm inclined to take the over in this. Call me crazy. Yeah, call me crazy.
Wow.
No, I was going to do the same thing.
Let me put 50 on it. I will put 50 on it.
Okay.
Here's what I'm going to do. All right. For one, I'm taking the over and I'm putting 50 on it because, I can see this being like a 36-34 game. Easy, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm taking the Cardinals and taking those 6 points, and I'm going to put $100 on that because I did like the way the run played last week. I think he does bring a spark to it. And as much as I like the Texans, they've got a bigger injury list than
they do.
Anybody.
Yeah, they are pretty beat up.
Right.
Do you got the Texans to win? You're just.
I was going to say.
I still haven't. I'm still waffling on that. I'm taking the Cardinals and the points. The Texans have the ability to also come out and lay an egg. They've had a couple of them. I just don't know that it'll be this game. So I will take the Cardinals all the way. I'm taking the Cardinals.
All right.
Wow.
Got the big balls going on now. Look, this line have moved since the earlier in the week. It was at 4.5, and it went up, a point and a half. So, kind of got to look at that as well too, and that's why I'm still sticking with the Texans.
So I got 2 bets on this one. I've got I'm taking Houston for the win just to start out with that. I think CJ Stroud is just going to get the job done. Oddly enough, he's getting the job done against better opposition than the Cardinals. Arizona and Houston, I'm taking the under on here. I mean, for me, that just looks a little bit high, 48.5. So I've got 100 on the under, and I've also got a weird Tank Dell touchdown anytime.
Anytime Tank Dell touchdown.
6-1. So for me, in my terms, that's £1 on 6 back. So yeah, I'm going to take that 6-1, and I've got 50 on that as well. So I don't know what that works out in American spread betting.
In American, every £1 on one of our women's back is usually worth about 60 pounds in other places, especially if you're in a Walmart. £1 is equal to about 50. Easy.
John, I'm missing the Browns and Steelers game. Do you have that on your side?
Let me see here. I know I made that one. No, I tell you what, do a different game and I'll go.
Okay. All right. No problem. Let's see. Where is
Chicago, Detroit is the next one after that, I think. We're not going to do our game.
Yep. Chicago, Detroit. The Lions are favored by 7.5. Over under is 47.5. Injuries for the Chicago Bears. Jermaine Edwards, Deontay Foreman, and Jack Sanborn are all questionable. Over on the other side, Detroit Lions, we have Isaiah Buggs is out. Jonah Jackson is out. And the safety with a name I can't pronounce is also questionable.
Scott, you're the official pronouncer of the show.
Melifonwu, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Ifeatu Melifonwu is out. I think he's a starter as well too. So, but listen, the Chicago Bears, they're the Chicago Bears. Detroit Lions are the Detroit Lions. So I'll give me the Detroit Lions all day, laying the 7.5 and put 100 on it.
Detroit.
Is Justin Fields coming back yet?
He says he's playing.
He does say he's playing. John,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on this game?
Which one was it again? I'm sorry. I'm trying to do two.
No problem. It's Bears against the Lions.
Bears, Lions. I'm going to take the Lions all day long in this game. And you know what? I'm not going to bother doing this because I got too many other things to think about while I'm doing it. So we're just going to miss that one. I'm taking the Lions. I'm going to lay that 7.5, and I'm putting $200 down on it. Quick and easy. And just for good measure, I'm putting another 50 right down on top of that. So 250 on the Lions, given 7.5 points. The under is kind of begging.
250. Wow. Okay.
The under is begging me.
47.5 is a lot, though. That is a lot for me.
For you? Well, maybe.
No, looking at that, I think in that stuff, because I don't think Chicago are going to score much at all here. I mean, 10 maybe. Could you think that the Lions will make 38?
Oh, well, I thought I didn't hear you say the 40 part. I thought you said 7.5. 47.5. Yeah, that's the thing. The under is looking at me. That's what I'm thinking. The under is looking at me, but I'm not going to touch it because I think it's right about right. And remember, since they're in Ford Field, what's her name? What's the old lady's name? Ford?
Virginia McCaskey.
No, Virginia McCaskey.
no, she's the Bears.
Virginia McCaskey. Yeah, she's for the Bears. She might be there. And if her and the Fords don't own the game, or they don't. Dirty jerk.
All right, we're gonna jump off this game and talk about the Steelers and Browns. Since it is on the docket, the Browns are favored by 2.5. Who's quarterback in the Cleveland Browns? You remember RG3 came out, put out that video, man. He learned how to slide after 8 years in the NFL. You know,
tell you what, I learned how to slide after I was like 7 at Little League.
The Browns are still favored by 2.5. The Steelers are, look, they are 6.
Has that gone up now? Because it was 1.5 yesterday.
It was 1.5 today.
So that must have gone up to 2.5.
Well, it was 3.5 at the end of the
really?
at the beginning of the week on Tuesday.
It's 2.5 now, yeah. Wow.
So look, the Steelers are 6-3, but they're not a 6-3 team. They're not. Kenny Pickett is overrated, I think by a mile, but they have a defense. They have a good defense.
That's both of these teams, dude.
I am looking at this over and under, which is 32.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to take the under in this game because I don't think there's going to be much scoring whatsoever. I see a 12-9 type of game right here. If that. So give me 50 on the under. Give me Cleveland to win if I got to pick somebody. I don't like it, but I don't trust the Steelers offense whatsoever. So, yeah, there you have it.
All right. No, I think Kenny Pickett's awful. Their offense scores by accident. Their defense makes plays all over the damn place. The Browns are a bit different. Their offense can move the ball, and they can score. And even with P.J. Walker, or is that his name? P.J.? J.P.? I think it's P.J., right?
Is P.J. going to start? Yeah, okay.
It's P.J. Walker. Yeah, I think so.
They played well with him. If I remember right, I think they scored over 30 with him the last time he had to play. So I'm not too worried about this. I'm going to go ahead and take Cleveland. I'll take whatever. What's the points? I don't have my thing.
2.5. It is
2.5. They're laying 2.5. I'll lay the 2.5. The over and under you said was 32.5.
Yes, it's 32.5.
And I could see 24-6 Cleveland. So no, I will. I'll take the under for $50 just for shits and grins. Although I don't know how the hell anybody has a shit and a grin. Although sometimes I guess you can.
What on the actual game itself, John? You just said lay the points. You didn't.
No, I'm taking the Browns.
He's got the Browns.
I'm taking the Browns. Yeah,
100.
Yeah. No, I'm taking the Browns for 100. Yeah,
100.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
50 on the under just for fun, and then taking the Browns to win.
Yeah, for me, it's exactly the same. I've got the Browns winning this, but I don't want to touch this at all. I think that TJ Watt is a great player, and I think he could have a defensive touchdown He's had it this season already. But then you look at the Cleveland side of the ball, and Myles Garrett, Hendrickson, there's a lot of players there who are very good on defense, who can make the difference again for them. As agreed with you, John, Kenny Smallhands is not a great quarterback. And yeah, I'm not convinced by him at all, but we still don't know who is going to play at QB for Cleveland in the up-and-coming games. Probably tomorrow it will be Walker, as you suggested. I think Jesse's got a good bet there with doing the under. I think that's a good bet, but I'm staying away from this one. But I will pick Cleveland for the win.
Look, I'll just throw this out there, too, for injury's sake. Mika Fitzpatrick is out.
He's out.
Keanu Neal is out. They have him listed as a – is there a different Keanu Neal?
No, not that I know of.
Yeah, okay. They got him listed as a strong safety. I thought he was a wide receiver that was on the Patriots for a while. No, that's N'Keal Harry. Never mind. Travius Adams is also out, the defensive tackle. On the Brown side, Juan Thorhill is out. Marquise Goodwin is out. And DeJuan Jones is questionable, offensive tackle. The Browns is going to probably squeak out this game barely.
Division rivalry, this one as well, isn't it?
Yep.
They're going to mollywop them.
All right, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are favored by 11.5. They are playing in San Francisco. Over-under is 41.5. Injuries to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is Carlton Davis.
It says they're playing in Detroit.
It says they're playing in Detroit. So, I don't know what the fuck you were doing, John. Free safety Ryan Neal is out. Devin White is questionable. So is Josh Hayes and Matt Feeler. Over on San Francisco side, guard Aaron Banks is out. Defensive end Robert Bea is questionable. Not that matters because you got the Bosa and Young. So look, 49ers they got their big guns back in Deebo Samuel, and they seemed like their offense got back on track after losing 3-0. Give me 49ers laying the points, putting 100 on it. The over under, I'm going to take the over as well too and put 50 on it.
I'm doing everything the same except I'm putting 100 on the over. So 100 on the 11.5, 49ers giving 11.5, and 100 on the over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm exactly the same. I've got the same bets over, and I've got laying the points 100. Yeah, so I'm in exactly. We all must think the same thing. The 49ers are going to absolutely destroy the Buccaneers here. No question of a doubt about it.
Buccaneers will run with them a little bit. They'll run with them a little bit.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
Baker Mayfield's got just enough freaking. And when I say run with them, I mean by like the third quarter they'll be down by 20, and that's as close as they're going to get.
Yeah.
All right, the New York Jets travel up north to engage with the Buffalo Bills. Bills are favored by 7. Over under is 40. Jets injuries include Sam Ebenau, or whoever the hell that is, Chaz Surratt, Billy Turner, and Garrett Wilson is questionable, but I heard he was going to be playing. I think I saw a tweet by Josina Anderson. And Robert Saleh said he is good to go. Jordan Phillips for the Buffalo Bills is questionable, and so is Trent Sherfield. What do we make of this Bills offense? They just fired Ken Dorsey,
right?
Which I think was kind of throwing him under the bus a little bit because, he's got the third-ranked offense in the entire league. You got to shift the blame on somebody, I suppose, but I don't think it was that person.
And not for their situation,
Yeah. We know the Jets have a really good defense, like really, really good. And that's they keep them in games at times. I mean, Bills are 5-5 though. Jets are 4-5.
They're sitting on the outside of the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
It is weird when coming into this year they were a Super Bowl
favorite.
Contender,
at least.
Were you backed him for the Super Bowl, didn't you?
Yeah. I've backed him for the past 2 years. I still think they got the talent to be there. They just, Josh Allen ain't having the greatest year. He's putting the ball in danger a lot, holding the ball. and throw it into trouble. I got to stay away from this game. I'm picking the Bills to win, but I don't like the spread. I think Bills need to fix their offense before I feel comfortable putting money on a game like this.
Not me. I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking those 7 points, and I'm putting $50 down on it. I'm taking the under for the other $50 right there, because the Bills are not going to cure that offense overnight with somebody new coming in there to tell Josh Allen how to not make mistakes. And the Jets can force them. The Jets will force problems out of them. The Bills are going to start to throw their hands up in the air and start to wonder what the fuck is wrong if they haven't started to do that already. And once they start doing that, they're in the Jets' pocket, man. That's a damn good defense. I could see.
You're taking the Jets to win?
Not necessarily. I'm taking the Bills to win. I'm kind of waffling one or there. I don't believe in Zach Wilson at all, even though Robert Saleh pretends to. I think that the Bills they're on the edge. They're teetering. And, it just doesn't seem to me to be the type of team at this juncture that turns resilient when that happens. Not with what's going on with them. Not against a defense like this. They might come away with a win, but they're going to come out of it with a big, bad, bloody nose. And I could see this game being something like 20-10, 16-10, something like that. So, yeah, 50. Give me the Jets -7. Bills to win. I'll take under for the other 50.
Yeah, so for me, this is it's a Bills win, but it could be a squeaky win. It could be like the New York Giants game when they played them there. They just get a win there out of the blue from, it's really, really close. I think that I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to think of the Bills this year. I mean, they've let me down time and time again, every single week. 200 last week, 200 the week before. I've just looked back again, 100 the week before that. I mean, I'm just wasting my money on the Buffalo Bills. So I'm not going to put any money on this at all. I'm staying right away from it, but I am predicting that Buffalo will win this game. Maybe by a Matt Prater field goal or something like that in the last second of the kicker. I can't be certain. He might be at Arizona. I'm not sure. But whoever their kicker is might get a field goal to win it. But yeah, it's going to be tight.
Right on. All right. Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams.
Millions of injuries.
Yeah. Rams are favored by 1.5. They're also at home. Over under is 46.5. Injuries for the Seahawks. I mean, Tyler Lockett is questionable. Jamal Adams is questionable. Trey Brown is questionable. Drake Young is out. In LA are less injured, but Bobby Brown is questionable, with a knee injury.
That's what
I don't know what to make of this damn Rams team. I mean, some weeks they're favored, but they just been losing a lot. They're 3-6. Mm-hmm. We saw Seattle up close and personal last week. They definitely can be had. I'm taking the Seahawks. I don't feel too comfortable with it. I'm going to put 50 on it.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks money line to win. And over under, I will take the over as well.
Sucks.
And put 50 on it.
So you got Seahawks money line for 50, and we've got the over. Did you say
Yeah.
Over in the Seahawks versus LAR. Okay, Jesse, I got that down. John, what's your thoughts on this game?
This line moved from Seattle being favored to now the Rams being favored.
Oh, Christ, hang on. Can I just check this out? Because I think, have I still got that as Seattle? I've got this as a -1 Seattle.
So now is -1 the Rams.
Oh, okay. 1.5 Rams. Okay.
I'm taking the Seahawks. I'll take that 1.5. I'm not going to take the over-under. But actually, you know what? I'll take the under on that one. I'll take the under for $50, and I'm taking the Seahawks for $50. And I'm picking them to win. the Rams are about what we thought that they would be. I think that they were a little surprising that they were in games that maybe we didn't think that they would be, because I think everybody thought, for one, Aaron Donald just isn't highlight Aaron Donald all the time like he used to be. And we all knew after they freaking sold their souls for that Super Bowl, they're going to have to pay the piper. They're paying for it this year. Matt Stafford, he's playing all right, but it's not enough there to work with. They don't have any running backs.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I'm on Seattle as well for a win here. I mean, are they a 6-3 side? Honestly, I don't think they are. I mean, it's mad, isn't it? Their schedule must be one of the weakest schedules in the NFL, because they are not a 6-3 side. That's a certainty. Not what you think for a 6-3 side at this stage of the season. Geno Smith, he's not the Geno Smith of last year. Still don't believe in Geno Smith. It's kind of that "what have you done for me lately" type thing with him. But again, Matt Stafford's been pretty poor. They found a guy in Puka Nacua. Cooper Kupp's back is pretty awful. Aaron Donald isn't getting anywhere near what he would or has done, being the beast that he has been for the past few years. But no doubt he'll be in the Pro Bowl because he just gets picked on popularity. Yeah, of course it is. So for me, I don't want anything to do with this at all. I'm just going to pick Seattle for the win.
That swipe at Aaron Donald for the Pro Bowl was courtesy of "I Don't Give a Fuck" by Scott Hartley.
No, it's true though. Genuinely,
this is because you in the Pro Bowl. Fuck off.
No, it pisses me off because he's not a good defensive tackle.
No, I know.
Yet.
He hasn't been up to it. He thought about retiring after that Super Bowl, but and probably he should have. He might have gone 1 year too long.
John, do you have the Vikings and Broncos game over there?
I don't know that I have that one. That was one of the last ones that I was trying to hurry up with, and I don't think I do.
All right, no problem. We have the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Denver, to Mile High City, and the Broncos are favored by 2.5. The over/under is 42.5. Injuries for the Vikings include Alexander Madison, Jaron Hall's out. Madison is just questionable. Brian Asmoa is questionable, and on the Broncos side, PJ Locke is out with an ankle injury. I like Denver in this. I do not believe in Josh Dobbs. I think he's gotten lucky the past couple of games, straight up.
I know where you're going, John.
So give me the Broncos, putting 250 on it.
Woofed. That is
the Broncos.
250 on the Broncos. I mean, Denver are coming off some good wins. Kansas City, Buffalo, two very good
we
wins.
Get better in the AFC. At least if you look at last year's standings, those are two heavy wins if you were looking at the schedule coming in, for sure. I kind of am in the same boat where I've banked on Josh Dobbs twice now. He's done me great. But now it's about to the point where he's going to be starting to get familiar with things, which is where he's going to start to make mistakes instead of going out and playing playground football, which he's been doing. I don't know if you saw the piece of mic'd up that they had with Kevin O'Connell the other day, where he tells him to play and he says, "But look, if you don't see it, just do it. Just do whatever." Right. So Dobbs starts running around all over the damn place, and he finally worms his way all the way around to the flag for the touchdown. Right. And O'Connell's just standing there with his mouth open on the sidelines. They've got the camera on him. And he just takes off his headset and he throws his hands up like this. He goes, "Well, I don't know what the hell to do about that." So, yeah, man, it's fun to watch. I hate to bet against him, but I think I'm going to. What's the spread on this again?
2.5.
And this is in Denver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take Denver. 2.5, and I'll go ahead and put $100 down on the Broncos. Don't you let me down, Russell Wilson. I swear to God, it's November. You're close to the time you're supposed to take a shit for the fall. So get on it, empty out, go out and play some football. What's the over/under on that game?
42.5.
It is 42.5.
Give me 50 on the over.
Wow. Okay.
Hell yeah,
man. John, 50 on over. Yeah, for me, I'm kind of in the same boat with you both. I think that Denver are going to win this game. I can't believe in Josh Dobbs again. He seems to get the job done though, which is awesome. I mean, fair play to him. He is doing well. I don't really believe in Russell Wilson either, if being honest with you. But Mr. High Knees in the middle of the plane is going to come out firing, and they're going to get the job done here. So I'm with both of you. I'm only putting 50 on it though, laying them points for Denver, and we'll see how they get on. But they're on a bit of form. They are on a bit of form. This is a great game to watch, by the way, this one.
Right on. All right, our Monday night matchup. We have this is a big matchup right here, fellas. This is big matchup. Super Bowl rematch. We have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are favored by 3.5. I'm sorry, 2.5. It was 3. It's moved down to 2.5. Over under is 40.
It's on 1.5. It's 1.5 on there. It says, that says Rams. That's why. Sorry. Yeah, it's okay.
Over under is 45.5. Injuries. Dallas Goedert is doubtful with his forearm, and so is Grant Calcalatare. So 2 tight ends. They're down 2 tight ends. We know how the Philadelphia Eagles like to use their tight ends. And so do the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's surprising.
Look, this is going to be a fun game to watch. Too bad I go to bed at 8:30 in the evenings.
That's what DVR is for.
Give me.
The Rams are favored in this game. My fault.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Give me the Chiefs.
Wow. Okay.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm taking the over.
What's the over on this? What is it?
The over is 45.5. Yeah, 45.5.
And the spread was what?
2.5.
Chiefs favored by 2.5.
To Chiefs, to Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, give me Chiefs. I'll put 50 on it. I think this could go either way, really. 2 really good teams playing each other, but I think the Chiefs are playing a little bit better.
The Chiefs got to find.
I've got your 50 on the over there, and I've also got his 50 on the Chiefs, yeah?
Yeah.
Got you. Thanks, mate. Sorry, John.
That's all right. The Chiefs have to find somebody other than freaking Kelsey to throw it to. You know, that boy's going to get pregnant real quick after we met with Swift, and he's going to have to take off work. He's going to go be a homemaker and all that kind of stuff.
I don't blame him one bit.
I don't blame him one bit either. But the fact of the matter is, their wide receiver crew leaves a lot to be desired. Marquez Valdes-Scantling just is not Tyreek Hill by any stretch of the imagination. None of the other guys seem to have really worked out to give Mahomes that fucking wild ass play that he can always pull out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? And now it's Kelsey or bust. Pacheco is okay, but they don't run it very well. It's hard to pick them, except they're at home. They are the Kansas City Chiefs. It is Patrick Mahomes. They do have a good defense. And the Philadelphia Eagles, man, I think it's just a little bit too tall of a task for them on this particular evening. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I'm going to go ahead and take the 2.5 or lay the 2.5 points. I'll put $50 down on that, and I'm going to take the over for 100.
Okay.
I'm picking some points this week, man.
Yeah, you are, man. You are. Jesse. So John's laying the points, and that's a 50. And then you're going on the over for that, yeah? As 100.
Got 100.
Wow. Okay. So for me, this one, I've gone against both of you. I think Philadelphia are going to win this game. I don't really believe.
We don't like this guy anymore, do we?
You know, like Philadelphia, but I don't believe that KC at 7-2 are as good as their record suggests. I think we're going to have one of them games where Patrick Mahomes just looks absolutely fucking stumped, and he's got that weird face on him, like I don't know what the fuck's going on, and he just, you know, it might be something like a turnover battle here. I could see 1 or 2 interceptions.
You're doing this. You're doing that just so you can say, "Look at Sam Howell, what he did against the Philadelphia Eagles."
And
Patrick Mahomes looks like shit. So now Sam Howell's better than Patrick.
Right. So for me, I've got what have I got here? Let's have a look. So I went Philadelphia. I'm taking them points. I'm putting 50 on it.
We don't like you anymore. I don't know what's.
I know, but I just honestly for 2.5. That is going to be a really tight game, and I think they're just going to do enough. I don't really think Kansas City have got over losing Eric Bieniemy. Oddly enough, I honestly think that is the case. I think
they don't have the pieces either. You know,
they don't. You're right.
They just don't have the guys on the outside with the burner speed that that know how to read Patrick Mahomes and work to those miracle plays for him. You know, how many times did you see Mahomes hauling ass over to the sideline, flipping around like this, doing a juke here and there, and you watch Tyreek Hill not just come back to his quarterback like they always say, look how smart he is. He comes back to his quarterback. He comes back to his quarterback, finds a little opening, and then starts to trail up the field so he can see him right in front of him, and boom, it's done. Touchdown. They just don't have guys that can do that. Scantling tries, but he looks like the fucking scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz when he comes running down the field like that. Nobody takes him seriously. So
The NFL game of the week.
here it is.
The New York Giants facing the Washington Commanders.
Hey, we got the, Tommy DeVito going to be playing the quarterback up there, Hey.
Commanders
the
are
bodegas stopped.
crazily favored by 9.5. The over under
yeah.
is 37.5. Key injuries for the Giants is Adoree Jackson is out. Tackle Evan Neal is out, and we have a misprint, but Andrew Thomas is questionable, likely to play. On the Washington side, Alex Arma is out with a hamstring. Antonio Gibson's pinky toe is hurting him. And James Smith-Williams, which I think is probably the biggest injury out of the three, is going to be out for the Commanders. That's going to be
what does that mean
right
then?
there.
Does that mean F.A. Obada's going to get more of a playing time?
I mean, he could in a rotation, but I think you're going to see Andre Jones and
Gastro
KJ
Jones.
Henry.
Good shout.
Jones knocked 2 passes down last week, man. That dude gets
I listen. We know James Smith-Williams is a quality backup in this league. Him not being here is probably not going to be good for defending the run, especially with Saquon Barkley. We know he's a little bit hobbled, but he will be playing. I don't like that 9.5. I think 7.5 should be the actual spread. That's why I'm going to stay away. I mean, I'm picking the Commanders obviously to win, but I am staying away from putting anything on it. If anything, I might do the under. Actually, you know what? Give me 50 on the under.
I've done exactly the same, 50 on the under.
Yeah.
As usual, I'm not putting a dime on anything in this game because I'll curse my team.
I know.
But I would love to just be down there. Deuce, if you're paying attention, if you're down at the football game tomorrow, I want you to go down by where the players come in for the visitors, and I want you to get me some video of Tommy DeVito's mom dropping him off for the game, fixing his collar. Make sure you come out right after the game. I'll pick you up.
Pinching his cheeks.
That's right. Here's some milk money. Go ahead and play the football game. That's what I want to see. I want to say, thank you, Mario. Don't be touching my face. My friends are watching. I'm gonna go play football. So
his dad's still making chopped cheese and a hoagie.
I swear. Yeah. He's got his apron on. He's got to take it off to go play the game. Tell Pa I'll be back after the game. Fucking work it out in the deli. All right, so yeah, the Commanders better win this fucking game. I just can't. I can't even fathom how they could possibly lose to this guy DeVito.
Speak up, Jesse. You're through.
Christ, I tell you what, this game is. Hey, Mike, you left the cheese in my fucking uniform. What's going on here? Jesus Christ. We have to win this fucking football.
We've got to win this game, Jeff.
It's absolutely
We've
imperative
got to win this game.
Because I cannot sit there and listen to Ron Rivera say after this game, well, I thought it didn't look fine to me.
We've got to watch the film.
Gotta watch the tape.
I'm not responsible for anything except finding a quarterback. And look what I did. Hey, fucking fell over him in the dark is what I did. So yeah, I don't feel like listening to Jack Del Rio with his itty bitty play sheet that's all of this big. You ever watch it? Everybody else has a fucking menu in front of him. Jack Del Rio has like a little Japanese fan. He's over on the sidelines. All right, here's the play. Go out there.
It's his gas receipt. It's talking about.
Here's what you do. Whatever your position says you do it. And that's it. All right, so there we go. What are you taking, Scott? You taking the Commanders to win?
I am obviously taking the Commanders for a win. My prediction is 24-9 to the good guys. We are going to win this game, and it is going to be easier than we think it's going to be. It's not going to be a heart stomper.
I am marking your words right there.
Do it, honestly. You can do it. You can blame me all you want after one drive, Jesse. Fucking 3 out. It's a 3 out. Oh my god, it's your fault, Hartley.
Now, I tell you what, I said it yesterday on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. I can taste the Terry special. 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's time for him to break out for 2023. Come on, Big Terry, you got to do it.
Have you any player props there at all, Jesse? By chance, what would B Rob's over yards be? What's his yardage at? Because I would be interested in taking B Rob over if it's combined yards, like a total yards even. Don't know if you can do that.
I got Wandell Robinson. That's not. I don't have any. Nothing for.
Nothing for B Rob.
No, hold on.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got.
See, this
I got Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Logan Thomas, Curtis Samuel. Let's see. I don't have anything for. Hold on a second.
Rushing props. Here we go. So Brian Robinson over under of 60.5. 60.5 is his total there.
Yeah.
Total yard?
No, that's
just a rushing.
That's rushing.
Yeah, that's he doesn't ever get more than like 59.
I'd take the under on that if it was me, but I mean, player rushing and receiving yards.
That would be a
Brian
steal.
Brian Robinson would be 70.5.
Ooh, that's
see, he could get 30 yards in the catching game. What did he get last week? 112 or something?
He had like a 55-yarder on first fucking drive, didn't he?
Exactly. So I mean, could you see something similar like that taking place? That's a bet. That is a bet there. I mean, 70.5.
What's Terry's over under?
Receiving props.
I have his. That's alternate.
Now. I got it here. Terry is 37.5. No, that's Jahan Dotson. Sorry.
No, it's
Terry McLaurin's
59 and a half. Yeah.
59. Yeah. 59 and a half. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll put 50 on that. I'm calling for Terry with a big game. I might as well put one bet down on my team this year, and it better be in this game.
Over 59 and a half.
I'm going to do Jahan Dotson over.
Are you?
Over 37 and a half, $100 on that.
I'm going to do the combined yardage for Brian Robinson of 70 and a half.
All right.
I think that is a good bet. I think it's a good bet. So
Thanksgiving.
I'm also going to do house passing over under 50 or 250. I'm going to go over.
Yeah.
And Tommy DeVito's
how over 250 is it?
Yeah, over 251 and a half.
251.5. Okay. And that is what you're putting on that 50?
Yeah.
And DeVito? Did you say you're going to do that?
He's over under 160 and a half, and I'm going to go over as well and put 50
over 160
the ball, It's like I can just throw it,
Because he's going to have one pass that's going to be like
it's going to be 60 yards. Yeah,
80-yard touchdown.
We've given up a 60-yard play in the last 3 games.
Yeah, that's
it's so annoying. So annoying.
So he's going to have like 170 passing yards, and half of it's going to come on one play.
All right.
Wow. Okay. So John Dotson was Jesse, and I'm on B Rob.
Right there. You better eat my dust, buddy.
What's your predictions then for the actual game then? So I've gone 24-9 to Washington. John, what are you saying? Final score?
I'm going to say 24-16.
24-16.
I said last night on the Bleed Birdie podcast that we were going to lose
17-16 or something. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna win this game. It's going to be 30-17.
Hey, Ma.
17-30.
I threw a touchdown pass. We scored 17 points down here. The president was there.
Oh, yeah. That's a sort of warehouse, man.
That's right. You're right.
We all do that. I like it too. Yes, he took me to the White House as well. fine. You gotta do that. You gotta do that. Gotta do that tourist thing. I love
Either
it,
the
man.
White Swallow is where he took you.
Well, no. It was somewhere different. I think it was. Oh, what was it called? I don't know.
The whorehouse.
Yeah, what was it? Something like that.
Took Scotty to the pink corset.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until tomorrow, fellas.
Yeah, right after the
Until
game,
tomorrow.
everybody snap on through, and we'll be having instant reaction with whoever decides to show up. So let's hope we all have something good to talk about and some DeVito stuff to make fun of. I hope we have some fun to talk about with a big fat victory.
All right.
So too.
And I'm off to Costco.
We'll see you
Thanks,
later.
gentlemen.
Hang on a second before you split.